It was about this time last year that I was reviewing the Nike Air Jordan 1 origin story. And if you want to see a person make an idiot of himself on YouTube, you can check out the video to that where I went through the entire video and called it the original story. It's a classic sneaker, a real fire sneaker, one of the greatest sneakers of the last 12 months. December 2018 that dropped to go in line with the Batman, for goodness sake, the Spider-Man movie. And I always say that I leave my mistakes in there. I'm going to leave my Batman reference in there. But if you want to see me make more mistakes, you can check out that video where I went through the whole thing and said the upcoming release of the Air Jordan 1 original story. There's a link ding, to that video there. The reason why we're talking about that right now, though, is because here we are 12 months later and the Jordan line have brought out a very similar, not same, but a very similar colorway, but this time in a mid. There's an awful lot going on here. We've got that echo to last year's origin story. We've got a pre-echo to next year's Chicago's that may very well be dropping again, and also that pack that comes with the Nike Air ships. And then of course we've got that flashback to 1985 to the original Air Jordan 1 Chicago colorway. So there's an awful lot going on in this one sneaker, echoes from all over the shop. But today what we're going to be looking at and taking you through the details that are similar to other sneakers and are unique to this particular sneaker as we look at the Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid Chicago. This is the Tokyo About 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo About 23 Sneaker Channel des. Mainichi Apsuno de Mainichi. Miti Kudasai. Every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews. And today is no different as we look forward to the Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid Chicago. Now I'm calling it Chicago just because of that colorway. You could easily call it Black Toe. That would have been another name for this colorway. I don't know if they'll come out with a different colorway or a different name, not a different colorway, but a different name for this colorway. Right now, all I know is that the release date says sit tight, which means they're coming real soon, especially as we've got these official images that you're looking at behind me here. So you know it's coming down the line, coming real soon. And I'm going to just show you some of the elements of this sneaker that are unique to this sneaker, but also talk about those tie-ups to the other sneakers like the original Chicago 85s. And maybe even there's a place on here we can look at the origin stories from last year. But before we do that, as fast as I possibly can, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below. It helps. Hit the like button. Truly helps. Comments are wonderful things to get, and I reply to every single comment. And if you can share this thing on social media, I salute you. So please do share this bad boy out there. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say at the start of every one of my videos, Toroku yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Ine mo click shite kudasai. Nihongo no comment onegaishimasu. Ato wa social media ni share shite kudasai no de. And also, quickly, hint. I drop hints in every one of my videos, and then on Sunday, extremely rare videos come in hand to this channel every Sunday. And today's hint is Nike LeBron. Put that together with the hint from Tuesday, which was Jay-Z, the hint from Wednesday, which was All Black, the hint from Thursday, which was 7, and then today's hint, which is Nike LeBron. You should be able to put that together and tell me in the comments down below which rare sneaker is going to be in hand on this channel on Sunday. But enough of all that, let's talk about the clots. The clots, yes, just little personal thing. I was shopping yesterday in IKEA for presents and things for my little girl, and I'm sitting I'm leaning down over this little kid's table, and another guy came to look at the table right beside me, like inches away from my face. He was wearing another Air Jordan 1 Mid, but it was the clots from earlier this month. Man alive, did I nearly have a heart attack. Fire, absolutely fire. And this guy, what he'd done is you can custom them in many different ways. And the way he'd customed them, speaking of toes, we talked about these guys being a black toe, but what he'd done is he'd customed them by cutting out the toe panel and the heel cup only. So those 2 points there were turned gold as the underlay is gold, but the rest of the sneaker was in its original colorway. Absolutely fire. I had to tell him, I know it's weird to just randomly speak to a guy, but I just said to the guy, dude, your sneakers are fire. And they were just an absolute great thing to see on feet. And I wanted to tell you guys about that just because I was so happy happy. And I really am. It was like, oh, what a great sneaker. Really, really happy to see those guys on feet out there. It's just, oh man, envious and amazed in equal measure. But enough about that mid, that Air Jordan 1 mid, the clots. Let's talk about these Air Jordan 1 mid Chicagos. And the two main features, I'm going to go with two main features that are very different from the original Air Jordan 1 high Chicagos. And it's that black toe box. You could easily call these guys black toe box. And maybe they officially will when they drop call them. But you can see from the picture behind me here that surrounding the toe box is that standard cherry red Chicago color on the overlays. But within that, on the underlays on the toe box, you've got that solid black. Now on the originals that was white, and here on these guys it's black. So that's a big departure, one of the major departures, perhaps the only major departure on the upper. Because on the outsole as well, if we flip these guys upside down, doing, and look at the outsole on these guys, they've got a black outsole, whereas normally that wouldn't be black on the original ones. I shouldn't say normally, but on the original ones that wasn't black, but here they've made that black. So that's the two major differences to the original Chicago colorway. And if we go back to the upper and start at that toe box, and then I'll do that thing where I say, go! And the picture behind me starts spanning across from that toe box onto the midfoot section there, and you can see that white panel on the midfoot section there with the black swoosh on the front of it. And then if we complete our transition across the side, the lateral side of the sneaker, you get to the back heel cup there, which is in that classic red. So you've got the classic red, white and black throughout the lateral side of the sneaker. And then if we stop there and then go up the sneaker to that Wings logo on the side there, you've got the red ankle panel on there with the black Wings logo emblazoned on it to complete that look, and then the black top line. So pretty much it's very, very similar to a Chicago, original Chicago, OG Chicago sneaker. It's just a few places, that toe box particularly and that outsole as well, where there's a major difference. Somewhere where I haven't seen yet, which I would like to see, is the tongue. The OG 85s had that red tongue tag on the white tongue, and if you have a look at these guys, you can see there is a red tongue tag on a white tongue. But what it says and what it looks like, I do not know. And I would really love to know. It would be a great thing to be able to bring to you guys and to tell you what it exactly says there and whether or not it reflects the OG highs or not, if there's something unique on there as well. But all in all, it's a pretty standard looking mid colorway. It's been a pretty big year for mids and lows from the Air Jordan 1. And not that many highs, especially in the latter half of the year. There were a few highs like the turbo greens and the neutral greys in the early half of the year, but in the latter half of the year, there haven't been so many highs. One or two. There was a flight one. Gosh, I can't remember. First Class, maybe was it called First Class? White and yellow. I don't know if you remember that one. So there have been some highs. I'm not saying there haven't been, but just the mids and the lows seem to have dominated the last couple of months, and the highs not so much. But I'm sure they'll rectify that because they're always keeping a balance between all the different sneakers that they're dropping from the Jordan line. These fine looking colorway. I'm sure people out there will snap them up, especially with that sort of Chicago echo. The origin story, very similar looking sneaker. The origin story though had that kind of crystal effect in its upper, which these don't have, of course, because that was unique to them. And the origin story had that translucent blue outsole, which was fire, which again, these guys have the black solid outsole, which is different again. So, but yeah, these guys, I wouldn't be surprised if people snap them up because they're so close to that Chicago colorway. And if they do end up calling it black toe, I think that would get people chasing these guys down as well. So, so a fine looking sneaker, a nice addition to what has been a great year for the mids. If I did happen to be shopping at IKEA and these guys turned up beside me though, I can tell you I would not get as excited as I did about the clots, because the clots, they really, honestly, I got giddy. I was like, ooh, look at this clots, because they're just a great looking sneaker. I just love them very much, and I had to tell the guy. And so these aren't, to me, they're not quite in that kind of level, but still a fine looking sneaker that I'm sure a lot of people out there will be interested in getting their hands on. But when they drop, sit tight, like I said, is all I've got for that so far. So Okay, it's time for me to sign off. If you guys are interested in your sneakers, here ding, is a playlist to some of the rarest sneakers in the world. Definitely check that out and find just one-of-ones, samples, prototypes, a ton of the rarest sneakers you'll ever see. And every single week on Sunday, we get those rare sneakers from Shoe Butter, which we appreciate very, very, very much. For now, though, it's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content. But because I do this every single day, that means you're guaranteed to see me every single day. So you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.